Fletcher here at the River Warrior Yoga Studio. Today we're going to be practicing compass, which is a somatic practice that is meant to get you out of the thinking mind and into the sensation of the body. It's a self-guided, sensation-based posture that you go at your own pace, pausing if you want to pause, continuing in the movement when you'd like to. It can be done broken down incrementally into sections, or it can just be done as one whole piece. So I'm going to show you both of those today. And keep in mind, if you practice this on your own, you can do as many repetitions as you'd like, and it does not need to look exactly the same on both sides, because most likely it's not going to feel the same on both sides. So we're going to start down in a side lying position with the knees bent, and if you'd like to have a pillow under the head, please go ahead and get one now. I'll just be using my arm as a pillow. We have the knees bent. The bottom knee is going to help to stabilize you. And at first we start out with what I call sunrise, sunset arms. So the top arm comes straight out in front of you, lifts up towards the sky, and drops back behind you. So you're going to stay with this movement. Now what happens lots of times is just this shoulder action. If that's what feels good to you, that's fine. But you can also let the head rotate. You can also let the spine rotate. And you can even let the hips drop back. So play around with it and just notice what feels good for you. My suspicion is the more you do it, the better it will feel. So you may even like to incorporate a pause. Take a few breaths here, and then return to the motion. It's a really lovely pec stretch. So now we'll move into a more backstroke motion that gets into this area, but has the same components as allowing the spine, hips, and head to move as much or as little as you would like. So you'll start with the arm in the same position, trying to keep the fingers as low to the ground as possible as you sweep them up overhead and all the way around. Same here, you're going to find a place where you feel like you get a good stretch and maybe hang out there for a little bit. And then continue the motion. So let's do a few more rounds here. So we'll give the upper body a rest, now focusing on the lower body. So this action is called pendulum. The top leg is going to go straight, the bottom leg is going to stay bent. It's going to sweep forward as far as you can with feeling comfortable, and then it's going to sweep back. So you're getting a stretch along the back side of the body as it comes forward, and the front side of the body as it comes back. You'll use this hand to keep you grounded and balanced. Now the good news is if you were to roll over backwards, you don't have far to go. Some people even enjoy bending the knee here as the leg comes back. Go ahead and play with it. See what you like better. You might even get a little burning in the hip as it works to hold that leg up. So remember to breathe. All right, so give that top leg a little break. We're gonna combine the backstroke and the pendulum into what is called compass. So the arm's going to come back out here to our starting position, but it's only going to go in a half circle this time instead of a full circle. And the leg is going to start back. As the arm sweeps back to shoulder height, the leg comes forward and then sweeps over to the other side. So here you'll notice it becomes a full body stretch. The compass is what I was talking about in the beginning, that you could just do this on its own instead of the 3 movements individually. You'll let the arm and leg come down and just take a pause to notice how your body is feeling and if and where there is sensation present. You may even enjoy closing the eyes and taking a brief amount of rest. From here, you're going to use that top arm, bending the knees up a little further, pressing yourself up to sitting, or you could just roll over, and we're going to make our way to the other side. If you didn't have a pillow before, but you've decided you'd like one now, you can incorporate that at this time. So knees are bent, hips start out stacked, and we're going to move right into our sunset, sunrise arm. So stretching the arm out, lifting up, and rotating back. Now, because most of us are right-handed or left-handed and not ambidextrous, this is very likely to feel different on one side to the other. So maybe you do a different amount of repetitions, or maybe you pause more on one side than the other. The whole purpose here is to cultivate a sense of inner listening. So we'll move into our backstroke, sweeping the arms around, just taking the time to notice what's happening in your body. I would even recommend having the eyes closed if you're comfortable with that. Then we're going to move into the pendulum. So remember, the top arm keeps you steady as the bottom, and the bottom leg stays bent as you sweep back and forth. You may try bending the knee on this side and see which one you prefer, which one feels better to you. And then we'll move right into the compass. The most important thing here is just to let it feel good. When you feel like you've done enough, you'll come back into your starting position and take a moment to rest and absorb sensation, noticing the effects of this practice on your body, mind, and spirit. Stay in resting for as long as you would like. And thank you for joining me here at the River Warrior Studio today. Namaste.